All right, Shalom. It's fellow servant Tazawar back, finishing up. This is part 2 of going into scriptures, explaining and giving examples of who Edom is. Okay. I had mentioned earlier about the sword being magnified. I brought out a verse, Genesis 27. By thy sword shalt thou live. All right, and explain that the Greeks, like the beautiful brother Isaiah always say, the Greeks established the sword. The Romans magnified it, and America has perfected it. All right. One of the examples I gave was going into a lot of the embassies and military bases that are abroad in different parts of the world. Okay. Well, if we go and we just jump to the book of Jeremiah 51, as I mentioned earlier, and go down to verse 13. All right. What does it say? It says, "O thou that dwellest upon many waters," all right, "abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness." All right. 14. "The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee." All right. What do caterpillars do, Salakia, to a crop? All right. They work their way in, and they eat away at the crop, little by little, destroying it. Okay. But what does it say? "Oh, that dwellest upon many waters." Are not military bases and embassies the presence and representatives of the countries in a distant land? That way their presence can be felt. How many military bases and embassies does America have? All right, let's get another one. I believe this one is in the book of Revelation. Right. Oh, hold on. Salakia. This could be right back in Jeremiah. Let me see. Jeremiah 17. That ain't what I want. Salakia. Let me see. I bet it is. I'm probably right. Let me scroll through that verse right fast. I was right. Revelation 17:1. What does that heading say? The doom of Babylon. All right. Right. Ooh, look at that. The great prostitute. Anyway, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1. "And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." All right. That great whore is representative of the mystery Babylon, all right, Babylon the Great, right, which is indeed the country of the United States of America, okay, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All right. The point here again was the whore that sit upon many waters. All right. Now that's basically describing exactly what I was going into, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. All right. They have been made drunk with her wine. The wine is her philosophies. All right. Don't we see now this alphabet LBGT plus whatever the fuck thing being pushed throughout the planet Earth? All right. America's putting sanctions on countries and, denying passage to embassy members, right? Politicians and stuff, representatives of other countries that refuse to take on the Mo Doctrine. All right? That LBG, that alphabet soup shit, man. All right? That's why I said these motherfuckers are indeed the devil. All right? But let's grab another one. Let's go back to the book of Jeremiah. Let's grab 49 and I'm going to start at 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. All right. So what nation of people globally, all right, on an international scale, has the least amount of numbers as far as population goes? If you gather all the different nationalities in the earth, there is a minority worldwide. All right. Over here in America, us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are called minorities. But we're really not. We are the majority. All right. Even in this country, if you put all our numbers together, we outnumber the so-called white man. All right. We outnumber Esau. Okay. This is why he accuses us. All right. This is why he, what's the word I'm looking for? Categorizes us. All right. When you go to that word accuser, when you look into that word, the origin of that word is kategoreo. All right, in the Greek, which means to categorize. All right. So that's why he has broken up our nation into little subsects, subgroups, and renamed all of us. Okay, under his rule. It's why our nationality was beat out of us. Okay? But if you look, they are the small among the heathen. All right? So that means all the other nations have more people than this devil. And that, you can get into the science of it and all of that shit, which is a moot point, as they say, right? It doesn't really matter, because we already know that they are, recessive traits and all this other shit. But the seed line is of the father, like I mentioned before. Anyway, Verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, all right, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. All right. Why did I bring that up? Well, because it talks about the clefts of the rock, all right, and the eagle. That's two clues right there. Who this talking about? A people that lived in the clefts of the rock, otherwise known as caves. All right, and they basically their mascot is the eagle. And it says they are very prideful. Well, those are characters. That verse right there in itself tells you who the Edomites are. All right. Then it says right here in verse 17, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. All right. So we know that this is talking about Edom. And if you want to get some of the family line of Edom, right, you can go to Genesis chapter 36. All right. And that'll give you the lineage, the sons of Esau. Okay. But the word Caucasian, right, they claim to be from the Caucasus Mountains, right? Really, they from Mount Seir. You know, the Lord gave them the land of Mount Seir, all right, which is over on the other side of Jordan. Okay. That's the first mountain range that they inhabited. But they don't want people to go look in that mountain range because if you look at that mountain range, it's also known as Petra in the modern day. Okay, Petra. Look that up, Petra. Or Mount Seir, Seir. All right, what you going to see over there? You're going to see the same type of building structure carved into the mountains that the Greeks and the Romans and modern day America has adopted. Why? Because it's the same nation of people. All right, 2,500 plus years ago, the Lord left those things as monuments for us. All right, clues, breadcrumbs, so we can be able to tell who the damn wicked is and who he's talking about in this day and age. All right, you devils are a bunch of fucking troglodytes, man. All right, they like to say, oh, cave dweller. Well, that's what troglodyte mean, cave dweller. All right, Caucasian necessarily don't mean cave dweller, but troglodyte mean cave dweller. All right, you motherfucking troglodytes. Going around like quadrupeds and shit. You know, anyway. Let me grab from here, shit. Let's go to Obadiah. Right here, what it say? Let's start at 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. All right? Who's this talking about? Huh? Let's go up to 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. All right, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. All right. But again, verse 3 and 4. Okay. That links right into what we just left in Jeremiah. Okay? Now let me grab this Isaiah 14. This is very plain. All right? If you can't come to the conclusion who the people are after this, all right, if your powers of deduction are that low, then ultimately this ain't for you. All right? The so-called white man is not Japheth. All right? Anyway, I can do a whole nother lesson on that, just explaining why he's not Japheth. But let's get this Isaiah 14:13. Right? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of power of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Where are the sides of the north? What continent are we on? What continent rules the world? Huh? North America. Okay? And America exalts itself very highly. Okay? Many other nations don't care for Americans in general at all because of the level of pride that people have. And what does it say? It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Have they not done that in all these secret meetings? Huh? These councils over there in Davos, Switzerland? The WEF? And what's his name? That queer Noah Uval Haraldi, Carl Schwab. These motherfuckers are speaking great words against the Heavenly Father, which the scriptures said they would do. So all this has taken place. All right. And no other group of people fits this prophecy. All right. Malachi, go into this. The book of Malachi. All right. Where's that? Y'all look. Y'all could just read this whole. Malachi is a short book. Read this book, and also read the book of Obadiah. All right. But anyway, oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show y'all. If you go into this word dukes, right? Get Genesis chapter 36 right here. Right? Look at all this. Dukes of Edom, right? Exodus, Chronicles, right? What group of people are known as dukes in the earth? Don't no other group of people have a title pertaining to royalty that's called dukes except the so-called white man. And if you go into, it's right here, 14 verses. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau. All right? Edomites. Pick a verse and read it. All right? With that, I'm going to say shalom.